Hi, today is March 3rd, 2020. Nashville and many other areas were stricken with a tragedy. Some people lost their homes and some people lost the most precious gift we all possess, the gift of their lives. My heart goes to anyone who in any way was affected in this devastating act of nature. I live about 25 minutes from downtown Nashville and we are okay here. However, I kind of felt somewhat paralyzed. Today is my day to record a vlog and I actually considered not recording it, but then I decided to kind of dive deeply into my heart and see what I could really talk to you about. Earlier today I also read a comment where somebody shared how terrified they were last night and how they never experienced anything like that. And then somebody responded, "You should feel lucky that you are alive." That statement inspired me to do this talk today. Today I will talk about 5 things to never tell a person who was just stricken with tragedy, who is suffering. And what should we do to truly help? 1. Think of others who hurt much more. What we are really doing, we are making them feel guilty about their own feelings. We are in a way making them feel like they have no right to feel what they're feeling because there are others who suffer more. The truth is, there will be always others who will suffer more. We should never compare pains because we cannot even truly compare. Even if one person in our mind is suffering for no reason, we really don't know what that person's life was as a child, what that person is experiencing. We need to let people suffer their own pain in their own time, however long and however they need. And they don't need to think at that point of others who suffer more. I'm sure at the time they'll come to that conclusion themselves. Number 2, not to tell the person who's suffering, "I know how you feel." Even one of the greatest speakers of today's times, and I do not want to share her name as she's a wonderful person who does a lot of great things for the world. I was taking an online class with her and one of the topic was compassion. And she was kind of giving people an example, what should they tell to the person that needs compassion. And one of the things she said, "I know how you feel." I kind of cringed when I heard that because do I really know how you feel? And if I tell you that I know how you feel, what am I really doing? I'm taking away from you your right to express how you feel. Try to feel their pain without bringing your own experience into it. That is a true compassion. Number 3, stop crying. Oh, don't cry. Telling somebody to stop crying is really not a form of showing somebody compassion, even though we mean well.
With every compassionate tear fallen down, a little flower grows. With every tear that's been kept inside.
Tears are really a beautiful thing, and I think it will be so wonderful if we actually learn to understand that tears are as powerful as laughter in healing. And of course, I'm not talking about hysteria or people that pretend to be crying. I'm talking about the real, true tears of suffering. 4. Hey, let's do something fun so you don't have to think about it. In a way, what you're telling them that you know what is good for them. Instead, ask them what do they need. And that is just so healing. More than anything else, I think, when you can stand in compassion with another person where they feel safe and comfortable with you, where they don't feel rushed and they feel really heard. So last one that is a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's very important, especially now when a lot of people lost their houses, when we are around a lot of people that suffer. The fifth down here is, if you know that some tragedy leaves that person in financial distress, or you know that money could help a little, and you want to help, don't ask them, do you need money? If your friend is sensitive, honorable, and has hard time asking, they will most likely say no. Here is what you can do. Do something anonymously. And here's a story I want to share with you. I had an angel. I keep this envelope with a card that almost has nothing in it, no signature, no return address, yet this envelope is with me at all times, right by my desk, and I look at this every single day. In times when I was going through a very hard time, obviously by now I was a single mom that I lost pretty much. I was kind of left not only with nothing, but with huge financial, not my own debt. I was left alone with 3 little boys, and that is right now about 20 years that I'm still, in a way, rebuilding from those times. And, in my business, sometimes everything falls apart and I can't handle, it's just, constant shuffling and stuff like that. And I'm very honorable, so I pay all my debts no matter what. And it was one of those hard times, and I got this letter from somebody. I opened this thinking it's some, and then there was $170 cash in it. And I know that that money would not solve my problems, would not buy my house back that I lost, or fix my business, or pay tuition for my son. But this did so much more. When you're a single mom, when you don't have any family, I never feel lonely, but you feel very alone in those difficult times and when you struggle financially. And that's one of the things that this card did to me, is that I was not alone. There was somebody that cared, and they cared in action, and they did not want anything in return. And here's the poem to all of you who are now in difficult situations, who are suffering in any way. The poem is called Compassion. I know you may be suffering now. I see you curled up by the wall. And the only thing I can do is to feel your tears with my soul.
As you're the gardener on this earth, and you reap what you sow.